form first, and you know this sound. You've played it, you've fooled around with it. Then you notice that we have a new part. Something new and different. And then what happens? It comes back to the beginning again. And then something definitely different happens. Some rumbling goes on. And then, what happens? It repeats again. So we call this a rondo form, something that goes back again and again to this A. And let's talk a little bit about that 3/8 time before you go on. 3/8 time means how many beats are in a measure? 3. But what kind of beat is getting that measure? What kind of note is getting that measure? What does the 8 represent?
8th note.
An 8th note. Do you see any 8th notes? Yeah, there's one. There's one. There's one.
Yeah.
But the primary are 16th. So we would count it this way. It would be 1 and 2. Yeah, you wouldn't do 6/8 because it's 1 and 2 and 3 and. So he's dividing the beat. 6/8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into 2 sections. This is 1 and 2 and 3 and. Why didn't he put it in 3/4 with 8th notes? Yeah, it's a good question. I think if it was in 3/4, it would sound like this. That you put it in 16ths gives us a visual at, oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Does it begin on the downbeat, or does it begin with a pickup?
Pickup. It
begins with a pickup, so it's 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Yeah. So it's not what most people do, as if the first note is a yeah. And I'm going to even go further. I'm going to say all of the notes are a pickup into the A. So it's 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, 2, A, and go to B, and then to C. And so what I would suggest when you're working on this piece at home is to do that warm-up. You know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What am I doing?
Just playing the downbeat.
Yes. I did the whole pickup, but then I only played the notes. Now, when you just did that, it sounded like you started on the downbeat. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, be careful of that. 1, 2, 3, 1. So what happened was that you added in extra little, and that's what a lot of people do. They add too many of them. So it's very important to think. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and he closes it, all right? Now the next thing I would do for this is, the big problem I hear a lot of people do is they don't play it with a sweep. They go 1, 2, left hand, and now the right hand, as if they're two separate things. But I'm suggesting that it's all one thing. So it's 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to take the next step, what we just did with the first step, and I'm going to fill in every other measure. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now this time do the opposite. So 3, 1. going. And of course you can apply it to the next section. Now the next problem that everybody hits is this, the E's. Everybody ends up, for some reason, using too many. So, and then of course they get to here and it's a mess.
I never really learned this part.
Yeah, no one ever does. 1, 2, 3. And the key is to count. 2, 3. Go slow. 1, 2, 3. 1.
Oh,
You're right. Yes. And Beethoven wrote it this way, so he's telling you he wanted that. And it's the left, the right, the left, and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Yeah. Now it seems easy now, but when people memorize it, they end up doing so many D sharps and E's that it becomes this distortion. Simply being aware of how many and the words the left, the right, the left, and 3 and 1 is usually enough to keep people on the task, as long as you just tell yourself what to do there. All right, so I have no doubt you're going to learn that. So then melody with an accompaniment. And it looks, it is harder than it is. And then it, you know, it is harder. Most people get here and they do exactly what you do. They'll go. And you don't want to go there, right? You don't want to sound like that. So what I would suggest in the first step is take the left-hand chords and block them. So let's just block that. 1 chord in F. Here's the 4 chord in F. And then here comes a very cool chord. Yeah, look at that. 7th with this G and B flat. There's something neat. I think he was more interested in this idea. C, D, E, like he was stretching us, and then he gets back to the F. That's my guess. And then he goes F, E, D. He's going the other way. And I thought that was kind of neat that Beethoven kind of fooled around with that. And then he continues the idea here. Yeah, there he is going down again. So he's playing with this up and down with these pretty set chords. So you want to block that and get to know those chords before you put the hands together. Become familiar. The other hand, so that you don't get caught in this. How about just playing the melody? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if you can do the count with the clap. Good luck on this. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 1.
Wait.
We'll start
we're
here.
clapping
Yeah.
that. Okay.
1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 1. Listen. 3 and a 1 and 3 and a 1. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 1 and a 3 and a 3 and a 3 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and yeah. It really flies. So yeah, that's where it gets technically hard. So when you get to that point, you're going to double it.
Yeah.
You know the doubling. Let's show them what doubling is. So we're going to double the first 2 notes. So it's 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1. Yeah, so just before we go on, what scale was that we went down?
C.
Yeah, it's a major, C major scale. So let's do it again. 1 and 2. you could also double, of course, this part here, and that would be really helpful.
Yeah, and this.
Yeah. And that would be plenty. One other idea would be to. What am I doing? Unlocking. Alright, that's another way. Those little strategies will help. Oh, by the way, you can also take this part and go 1, 2, 3, and 1. Yeah, you can and leave out the. And there are many other things we can do, but you want to get it so that.
Oh, this sounds familiar now.
It's suddenly ringing a bell. Yeah. And of course it has to fly, and you're going to be using that rotation, you know? Yeah, that rotation, because otherwise you're going to be all fingers, and it's going to be fingering. Alright, so now you move back to the same, and you want to compare to see if it's exactly the same. I'm going to leave it for you to figure it out. And we get to this great stormy part. Left hand is pretty obvious. Yeah, and look what you did. Yeah. Now the fingering there is 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Well, you know, I had issues with it because it's in 1 and 2 and 3, and they're using 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. It's like a hemiola. It's like what is that about? But there are editions that insist that a change is going to be different. Some people don't like doing the same finger. I like to use 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. I might just use, you know, I learned it that way, so that's what I do. What's more important is that the wrist is not staying stationary, but it's moving so that it doesn't in any way get stuck. So if you add some, I'm using 3, 2, whatever. I'm using whatever it is to get that feeling of motion forward. Two things. I'm staying close to the key. I'm not playing the same spot as if I'm a woodpecker, but instead I'm using different parts, and that's going to cause my wrist to change the sound. I also want to think of the inner phrasing, so it's 1, 2, and think of and of course when you could also, so you don't get tired, you could do it on the quarter note, on the 8th note. This wonderful arpeggio that shows off your skill, coming down with a 2. Yeah, now when you want to double and you pull around, the fingering is written as what you want. It's the traditional 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1.
2 hands?
No, it's not 2 hands. So they're suggesting 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5. Yeah, now careful that the thumb doesn't become get to the tip of the thumb. Yeah, and you'll have to. So one idea is first just do the up, and then it's going. Yeah. And you have to know where you're starting and where it ends. It helps. You're gonna keep going. You know, I'm in the wrong. No, I'll just keep going. Yeah, so you can get very creative there. And of course, this one has a rallentando. All right, that's fine. These are rallentando means to slow down, as in ritenuto is already slow. Just it's sort of like someone said stop. Retired means to slow down gradually. Some people believe rallentando means to slow down more gradually. That's what.
So does this? It goes that fast?
Yeah, but not so. I don't want to hear da 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 like you're on a horse. It's da 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 da. So you can get that thumb sneaky. Yeah.
It'll work on
now, I guess she didn't come dinner that night. A little hope here. Yes.